Hey friends, Vin here. Welcome to today's training. So today, if you are involved in network marketing, you're going to like today's training. And if you're not involved, well, maybe not so much. If you're a negative Nelly, then you may not enjoy this very much. I had someone recently say to me, not very long ago, say, that's a pyramid. I said, really? How so? It just is. Okay. We're speaking about a person that has a master's degree. So that just lets everyone know that you could be an educated fool. There's plenty of them out there, right? It just is what it is. So this is somewhat of a training because, you're going to get that. Some people say, well, how do you get over the whole objection or the pyramid thing? You just got to, after you hear that 100 times, you'll be crushing it. So anyway, and if you just get over it. How do I get over it? Here's a good idea. Get over it. Anyway, let's move into the training, shall we? Network marketing training. Now, I refer to it as business. I don't even call it the MLM or the direct selling, but that's just yet another training for another day. Okay, let's move this arrow somewhere out of the way. All right, today's goal is, it's always going to be the 3 E's for me. I like to entertain, I want to educate, and I like to empower people. Okay, these are facts and figures from Direct Selling News from Business for Home. And the estimated commissions payout in the industry of network marketing in 2020. You see $45 billion a year in payout, $4 billion per month, $870 billion per week. Look at this though, per day, $124 million a day. So it's funny, I have a buddy of mine just calling me now. He drives Uber. People are looking for side gigs, side hustles, side businesses. And this could be a great fit for you, right? So sacred cows of network marketing. These are like myths of the network marketing industry. Only certain people ever make money. I tried one of those things and it didn't work for me. I know someone who lost all of their money. The guy at the top makes all the money. And my favorite of all is this, a pyramid. So let's go over these two. Only certain people ever make the money. I tried one of those things. It didn't work for me. You're going to get your negative brother-in-law, your friend. Listen, this could be a great guy that, a good friend. I have a lot of friends that actually look just like this and are a lot of fun to hang with. They're just not educated in this space. And they think this. They think I tried one of those things that didn't work for me. They may have been, but we're going to get into that. We are going to address this. Just to be clear, not everyone gets a trophy in anything. And I mean, look, when I worked at a job, here's a quick one I'll tell you too. Here's an example. So I was a New York City cop for 11 years. I was a New York City firefighter for 10 years. In the firehouse, we had this guy. He had a lot of time on the job. He was an old timer. And he laid on the couch all day. So he was like half man and half couch. We called him the Mouch. All right. He got paid just as much money as the person who's always washing dishes, drilling on the rig, cleaning the rig, doing everything, got paid the same. So everyone gets to pay the same with a payroll in a traditional employment. Everyone gets paid the same. So it's in free enterprise in the business space, people are surprised. Doesn't everyone get paid? How come that everyone's not successful? So not everyone gets a trophy. It's true. Okay. Not everyone gets a trophy. So, and of course, it depends on what politician you listen to or who you listen to. Some people say, we're going to give you stuff for nothing. We're going to give you stuff. Okay. Now, again, this fella here, only certain people make any money. Let's address it. He was probably watching yesterday. I'm doing this training on a Monday. He was probably watching the NFL. All right. Now, coincidentally, I say that these athletes that make all this money, because only certain people make all the money, right? But these athletes that make that money, I say personally, I always say they deserve every single penny they get, because that's the amount of money that the free market will bear. Okay. The world's highest paid celebrities, only certain people make any money. Highest paid celebrity. Look at this. Look at the money these people are making, right? So how much money do these celebrities make an hour? An hour, George Clooney. Look at these folks. I feel bad for poor LeBron James, though. He's so oppressed, right? He makes less than $10,000 an hour. Poor LeBron. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Let's move my pointer out of the way. How about martial arts? Let me move my face out of the way for a minute because I have some other things. How about martial arts, though? How come not everyone gets a black belt? I tried one of those karate things and it didn't work for me. It says here 2% become black belts. The average amount of time it takes to earn a black belt is 6 years. On average, they come to class 3 times a week and train very hard. Oh, really? How come everyone doesn't get a black belt? How about high school students that become professional athletes, basketball, football, baseball, and ice hockey? Basketball, 0.03%. I don't discourage my kids from playing sports. And we never say, I tried one of those school sports things and it didn't work for me. How about school alone? There's more people have a high school diploma than a college degree. master's degree, and so on. So it's just the way it works. No one says I tried school. It only works for certain people. Although I do agree with that. It does only work for certain people. All right. I kind of contradicted myself on that one. How about this one? Only 31% of gym members have ever returned. A survey of 5,055 gym members, only 31%. You know, gym owners know that, right? The gym didn't work for me. Maybe you didn't go. You laid on the couch and stuffed your face. Come on, let's be real here. 3 choices in life, right? Give up, give in, or give it your all. So these two go right out the window. Let's try the next one. I know someone that lost all their money. Now you're going to get this guy. This guy knows everything. He's a very smart guy. You could see it just by the way he looks, very smart. I know someone that lost all of their money in one of those things. So let's just look at traditional business compared to network marketing business. Look at startup costs. Traditionally, you look at a $10,000 to $1 million to startup. And then it's under $2,000 to start a network business. Your monthly obligations, $10,000 and above, $200 and below. But look at there's no manufacturing, no inventory, no shipping, right? No wholesaling, no retailing in networking compared to traditional business. What's this about? You have no employees, no payroll, no insurance, website costs, liabilities, geographical or business debt. How about you say to someone this? You say, hey, listen, I want to start a business. I want to take part in all the profits, but I don't want to take part in any of the debt. All right. Does that happen in traditional business? I just haven't heard of it. All right, let's move on. Next slide. Let me get my face out of the way. Let me go down here. Okay. So these are general stats. 40% of small businesses are profitable. 40%. 50% of them fail within the first year. Half of them. 95 fail within the first 5 years. 37 chance of surviving 4 years. Okay. This is with small businesses with fewer than 20 employees. 9% chance of surviving. So when this person says, I just borrowed $250,000 to start a business. The overhead is only $20,000 a month, and I'll only be there for 80 hours per week. The friends say, oh, what a great idea. We're so happy for you. Then when someone says, I started a home-based business, I started a mobile business, network marketing business for $500, cost me $5 a day. It has built-in training and consulting. It's part-time it's only part-time with potential full-time income. And yet, are you an idiot? You just got scammed. This guy here, again, I told you you're going to lose all your money. He's very angry. He's never getting this is so you can identify this guy. Like when you see this guy, like years later, when you get started, you know, when you're doing this, you realize, wait, why did I ever even prospect that individual? Right. So remember that. Okay. A few different types of people in this world. And listen, and by the way, I'm not saying that this guy's a bad guy. This guy could be great to speak to about other things. It's just in this space, he can't wrap his brain around it. Okay. So again, look at this. I told you you're going to lose all your money. Like when you go to Target and fill up your cart with a ton of shit, right? That's in your Target. You have that? Or is that only us? Only my family does this. We fill up stuff, bring it to the house. Don't use half of it and throw out stuff. Whether it's crackers, whether it's that, whatever it is, right? No one does that. No one ever has products that they buy and don't use, or they buy and they use it. No one ever said, you know, I lost money in the supermarket. I lost money going to Costco. I lost money going to Home Depot. I lost money in Walmart or on Amazon. No one ever says that. Why is that? How about gym memberships? You know anyone that donates? I know one very, very well. Every time I look at them, you know how many months? Anyway, people pay for gym memberships and don't go. College dropout rates. Have you ever heard of that? Did you know that people actually don't finish? Meanwhile, you're going to say, hey, I just borrowed $80,000 to go to college. I'm going to get a student loan. That's fabulous. Congratulations. It's a front-loaded commercial loan that's non-forgivable by the government, right? No, I know that. I'm going to make so much money after that. I'm going to pay it off. I'm going to live the life of Riley. Okay, good luck with that. Move on. Oh, they didn't teach you in school about in school they didn't teach you about amortization schedules of credit cards, amortization schedules of student loans or mortgages. They didn't teach you that, but everyone else is stupid, right? Okay, let's move forward. Let me go back to this slide and promise we'll be finished soon, kinda. All right. So you ever have any doodads that you didn't use? Anyone ever buy one of these things that you didn't use? We know it's true because you go to eBay and Amazon, people are selling this stuff all the time. So that goes out the window. I know someone that lost all their money. How about this one? I'm going to answer both of these in this training. Here's where it begins, right? Does the guy at the top make all the money? And is this a pyramid? Okay. Now you're going to have this person here. All right. They're angry. All right. The guy at the top makes all the money. You're going to have that. This one too. It's pyramid. They're freaking out, right? They're triggered. Is it the shape? I don't get it. I don't know why this still exists. And people say this, the shape. It's actually a very strong structure. But when you look at, I'm going to speak about what I know about. All right. Let me bring my face back on. Right now, I'm going to speak to you because I don't like speaking about things I don't understand. In fact, I don't ever get into that conversation. I avoid it like anything. I avoid it like the plague or virus. No, so anyway, I was in New York City, 2 plaques there, right? New York City police officer for 11 years. I was a New York City firefighter for 10 years. So what I'm about to show you is something that I'm very familiar with. And you are too. We all are. So let's go here. Okay. So when I became a police officer, it was starting around, all right, for the training, starting pay was around $40,000. There were around 20,000 New York City police officers at the time. Actually, there was more than that. That was at the rank of police officer. Okay. Then the next rank is sergeant. Now, if you notice here, I'm going to draw on the screen. If you notice there, your pay here goes up, but the amount of people, that amount of availability in the next rank goes down. So as you go up this ladder, as you climb the ranks, the pay goes up, but the probability goes down. There's other things that are part of that as well. So lieutenants, 60,000. So if you want to make more money, you got to study for the exams, and you want to go to get promoted all the way up to captain, right? Now, above captain is inspector. I just want to say another thing too. I've never, ever had a captain come out of his office and go down to come to my freezing post. I was on a foot post freezing my ass off. They never came and said, you know what, man, why don't you go take my office? It's nice and toasty and warm. Why don't I walk on your foot post for a while? It has never, ever happened. Okay. Also, you can't say this. I can't say, you know what, I don't want to be a police officer anymore. I want to be a captain. You can't just do that. You've got to go up the ranks. We all know this. It's a ladder. You got to go up the ladder. That's how it is, right? We all know this. We accept this, and quite frankly, it has to work this way. This is the way, because there's no leadership. They say it's leadership. I'll get into that in a minute. There's no leadership. All right, chief. And by the way, just because I like yapping about what's going on in the world right now. After a captain, these are appointed. All right. This is how they get the bootlickers at the top. All right. This is how these are like political positions. Not every chief. I know great guys that are chiefs, but you've got to, once these are all promotional exams. After that, you've got to get appointed. Okay. So this is what that looks like, that structure. Now, this is what makes up a borough. And this is the structure. It kind of looks like one of those things. I don't know. But that's what makes up a borough. So there's 5 boroughs, and that's what makes up the department. Okay, that's the police department. Now, I went over to the fire department. Very similar. A firefighter, starting pay, all right, lieutenant, captain, deputy chief. Same thing. If you notice here, the numbers go down as you go up, and your pay goes up. Okay, and the availability is less and less and less and less. After this, to move up, you must be appointed. That's just how it goes. So is there nepotism? Yep. So battalion chief, division chief, this is what makes up a division. And this is what it looks like. That's the structure. You have your divisions. Okay, and the divisions make up the department. Within the city jobs, you have the police department, fire department. You also have other things like Department of Corrections, Sanitation, Water Department, and a lot of other departments. These are this is what makes up every city. And at the top of every city is an ass hat. I'm sorry, is a mayor. Okay. Then there's the guy at the top. Who's the guy at the top of your city? I'm just wondering, right? And or the gal at the top, like that other one in Chicago. Every city has a mayor. And it goes up to the state. At the top of every state, you have another guy at the top. Okay, these are you guys at the top. Then you have this. I don't know. Where do you just think of yourself like? Where do you fall in with this? Okay, that was by the way, this was the branches of government. You saw that one. Okay, this is just a corporate America. All right. Again, what it looks like. We know what that looks like. This is right from Google. If you can Google, corporate structure and go to images, and they'll give you a ton of these. You see this here? I have another slide that gets in. They appoint a president. Wow, go figure. Have you heard of that? And a president being appointed? Makes you think. So the employees are here. They report to the managers. Employees don't go right to the president. So the money goes up and everything else rolls downhill. Does that make sense? Is that accurate? Am I missing something? Okay. Sample company organizational chart. This is just another sample. This is the Board of Education. This is the Girl Scouts. All right. And there's people who, no matter what you say or do, just stay away from these people. All right. When it comes to business, stay away from negative people. All right. They can bring you down. In fact, never argue with the stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with their experience. The great Mark Twain. What does Les Brown say about toxic, negative people? Stay away. They love to argue. They know everything. So let's get started. I want to show you the what a network marketing model actually looks like. So this here is John. I'm going to go and bring myself back in. This is John. John's an independent business owner. He's a distributor or an affiliate with a network marketing business. Now, in network marketing is no different than any other business. It's all about volume. Like same thing in the real estate industry, in the mortgage industry, in the auto industry, in any business. It's amount of how much volume they move. It's all about volume. Okay. So now this is what it looks like. What's going on here? This is what it looks like. So this is just one example. There's like a binary meaning two, bi meaning two. And he has a left team and a right team. On his left team, they do 10,000 points in volume. On the right team does 20,000 points in volume. Now we're getting into the guy at the top making all the money, right? You have the left volume team. I'm sorry, on the left is the lesser volume team. On the right is the greater volume team. It just happens to be that way. Left is 10,000, right is 20,000. So in this situation, if you get paid 10% in dollar amount on the business volume, then 10% of 10,000 would be $1,000 that week. So John makes $1,000 for the week. Okay, that's how that looks. So where is John? Here's John. Now, how did John get started? Well, he got sponsored by his friend Jen, or whatever. He responded to an ad. She reached out. Either way, he's frontline to her. He's sponsored by Jen. Now, let's take a look at Jen's business. If you take John's entire business, the 10,000 and the 20,000, you add it, that makes 30,000 points on Jen's right team. Her left team is doing 5,000 points in business volume. 5,000 times 10% is $500. There's Sarah. Sarah has on her right team, you take everything else, Jen's right team and her left team added up, it's 35,000 points on Sarah's right team. And wait, Sarah didn't do anything on her other team. So she doesn't get paid anything. She just brought her friend Jen in and that's it. Okay. Next is Nick. Nick is here at the top, right? And he has all of that volume on one leg, on one team, on his right team. And what does he have? He has 2,000 points on his left team, which happens to be his lesser volume team. 2,000 times 10% is $200. So in this situation, you have John making $1,000. John made the most money. And so he's at the bottom, right? The guy at the top. Well, like, what's up with that, right? So that just is what it is. It's just how it looks, okay? Again, if you're a firefighter, it takes you 5 years to become lieutenant. This is just how you move up the corporate ladder. Fire department, okay? And then you have the guy at the top. In this situation, I don't know, the chief. Then you have same thing, police department, right? Same thing, corporate America. You always have what? The guy at the top or the girl at the top. But you just simply don't have that. It's funny how network is the only thing people say that. All right. And it doesn't matter. You're going to have the crazies. Watch out for the crazies. Unfortunately, it's possible to know something that is not true. It's just not true. Okay. Now, everyone is allowed to be a little bit dumb. But some people just, they abuse their privilege a little bit much. Know anybody? So did I get into that again? So let me just show you something here. All right. Because let me get rid of my mug again. Because in corporate America is really basically how they must do it. In corporate America or anywhere else, they lead by fear. It's the structure. They must. They lead by fear. You lose your job or your position if you're insubordinate. There's no monetary vested interest in anyone else. Let me show you that. There's just not. It never comes up in anything I've ever been involved with as far as the police department, fire department. Right? Like a vice president's job is not to make sure the director makes more money. It's make sure the director does their job and keeps these people from making less money and getting productivity up. Productivity up, money down. I mean, that's just the way it goes. That's just business. In this 20th century, there's a challenge in that space. big time. Technology, there's a lot of things. I have other videos on that, but this is the job of everyone else. Make sure it's efficient, and they got to cut people. That's just how it goes. There's conflicting interests. In other words, if you are here, Gina has other entry level people here. She doesn't want these people to go up the ranks and take her positions. You don't want that. And so there's conflicting interests in this with this business model. Period. End of story. So, and there's no team building. People say, oh, they're the teams. There's no team. These people are not in team together. Like Gina's sidelined other workers. How are they in a team together? There's no monetary vested interest. It's conflicting interest. I mean, the vice presidents might say, oh, you guys are the team, but they're not the team. What team are they on? They don't have a team. They have a job, which isn't the worst. It's a good thing, but I'm just saying this is a training. All right. So let's look at the next thing. The guy at the top makes all the money. All right. What are the chances that you could be a CEO of Wells Fargo, Capital One, Citigroup, for any of these, Bank of America? How are you going to get, like, the people, look at the money these people are making, and good for them, right? How about the pharmaceutical industry? Here's a good one, right? Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, they were all moving up the ladder pretty well, right? Telecom, can you get to the top? Like, how can you go, if you telecom, or let's just say Verizon, like, if you're working there, how do you get to make $2 million with Verizon, or $700,000? Do you know? I mean, it's not that an easy thing to do. How are you going to do that, right? So let's move on. How about the real estate model? Because this is something too. When someone gets started there, everyone congratulates them. That's great for you. You're doing, that's great, right? Is there team building here? It's a little bit better, at least. And I have other videos that really go specifically into this model. But whose team is this? There's Nick, there's Sarah, Jen, John, and Gina. Whose team is it? See, Nick's the broker. He's the guy at the top. Right? He has leverage because he has more agents. Right? So this is actually Nick's team. The agents, they have no leverage. They don't have teams. This is why you see other real estate getting into, Keller Williams, and now EXP is exploding. Because why? Because of the network marketing model is far superior. I have another video specifically on that. Agents have no team. They have no leverage. Let me show you something here, right? This is a network marketing model. Is built-in consulting is free. Let me say something here. If you own a restaurant, you can't say, you know what, why don't you come help? No one's coming to help you. No one helps another business. You can't ask a pizzeria down the street, how do you run your pizzeria? I'm going to make more money. There's no interest. You have to pay for that. I know we all know people who pay thousands of dollars and give away a percentage of their business for consulting. You have to pay for that. In networking, it's built in. You get people who are successful that want to help you. Why do they actually want to help you? Why is there a monetary vested interest? Why is there actual team building? How can that be? So there's a thing called check match. Now, this is just one portion of the compensation plan. I'm going to show you something. Okay. This is what check match is. Bear with me. Stay with me. There's income. Let's just say everyone's making $1,000 a week. Okay. Fair enough. They're all, because we showed you already, we've made it clear, we've explained that everyone can make the same amount of money or more. Then there's something called check match. Let's just say for Nick, an example, on level 1, he makes 30%. Level 2, he makes a 20% check match. Doesn't come from the affiliate. It's part of the compensation structure paid by the company. 10% on level 3 and 10% on level 4. Okay. So what does Nick actually make? Even if he, in one portion of the compensation plan, is making less than everyone else, just by simply helping other people make more money, he's going to make more money, right? So in this situation, if Sarah's making 1,000, he makes 30%, he makes 300. Jen makes $1,000 a week. He makes a 20% check match. It doesn't come from Jen, and that's $200 a week. John's making 1,000. He makes 10%. 10% of Gina is also $100. So in this situation, he makes an extra $700 a week. Okay, that's on top of his other income. Now, let me ask you something. Who wants Gina to make more money? If John makes 30% on Gina, check match, not on. Jen makes 20%, and Sarah makes 10%, and Nick makes 10%. Who wants her to make more money? Everybody. they would want her to make $100,000 a week, right? Did he say $100,000 a week? There are people that do make $5 million a year, right? And so, okay, so we established that everyone here has more success if this person has more success. If John has more success, all right. So this is what's called an actual team. Okay. And, why would Gina want John to make more money? Because if she's leveraging John as far as helping her speak to her people, helping her show the plan, helping her do the business, tap root under, she wants John to do better because she wants him to be a better leader. And she wants to present John to her team as well. It's his team as well. So everyone wants everyone to do better. It's just the way it is. End of story. So let me take this a step further now. Watch this, because here's what you'll always see the word leverage. What about leverage? What about leverage? I said before, realtors have, the broker has leverage, the agents have no leverage, right? Employees have no leverage. They're being leveraged. So how can Nick create, what about more leverage? So Nick enrolled Sarah, but what if he has 4 affiliates that are working the business? I mean, let's just say he brought in 40 affiliates, and 1 out of 10 are crushing it. All right. And being generous there, because it's probably more like 3 out of 10. And the rest would be just customers or quit. But he has 4, let's just say 4 affiliates. Now those 4 duplicate that, and they have 4 affiliates. So now level 2, you have 16 affiliates. And those 16 affiliates have, now this is over on the left here, I'm showing you. Those 16 affiliates all have 4 affiliates each, personals that they brought. There's 64 affiliates, and that becomes 256 affiliates. If everyone's making, let's just say $1,000 on level 1 each. So check match, Nick is going to make 30% check match. He's going to make $1,200 a week. Okay. You can see here, if everyone's making 16 people make $1,000, Nick gets paid 20%, at $3,200. 64 affiliates make $1,000, 10%, that's $6,400 that week. In addition, they add up $25,000 per week. All right. So, and this could be per week, could be per month. Okay. You could see how the leverage is there. And I have other videos getting deep into this. But in this situation, like, who is the guy at the top? Like, who's the guy at the top? When you think about it, it's John, it's whomever it is. Every time you log into your back office, you're the person at the top. You're the CEO and operator of your own business. You have all those built-in things, all those features. You have very low overhead with a huge upside potential. You listen to smart people. Be careful of the negative people. Gary Vaynerchuk saying there's never been a better time in the industry, in the history of time, than right now to start an online business. And that's just a fact. So hope you got some value out of today's training. And I hope it gives you the mindset, knowing that you're in the right place, right time, right space. I mean, with the insanity going on in the world, the uncertainty going on in the future, this space is the perfect space for someone to get started part-time, that has the built-in consulting, has the support, doesn't have the monetary potential. You can't monetarily go out of business. So you're in a place where, a very safe place. All right. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you at the top. Let's go do it.